Clinton the Ogaoflondon here. I'm your host, and today I'm with
Whitney,
your other host. Today is Independence Day! Woo! Happy Independence Day to all us Nigerians. Today, because it's the Independence Day Special, of course, we have a guest for you all. You may know him as my sponsor. He's none other than our dad! Woo! Welcome to the podcast, Daddy. How do you feel to be here?
I'm very happy.
well, we haven't really got DNA test to prove that he's your dad.
You're not serious.
Us, it's kind of obvious, but we're not really sure.
You're not serious. Don't worry. The way I spend money, it is obvious. Don't worry about that. But yes, Daddy, thank you for coming here today and being on the podcast.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you, Mr. Ezekiel, for coming.
No, it's not. Thank you, Mr. It's okay.
Okay.
You guys are really nice to this, all these hugs, but I think it's okay. But anyway, as today is the Independence Day Special, our conversation is going to be dedicated to Nigeria. So how are we feeling about today being Independence Day? Today marks the 65th Independence Day of Nigeria. How are we feeling about that?
It's a mixture of mixed grill.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Because I don't think we have really attained to what we are to where we're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria has a lot of hopes, and a lot of countries, so much looked up on us.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I don't think we have really reached, gotten to that point where we can say we should be proud of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ups and downs, retrogression politically.
Mm-hmm.
We claim to be practicing democracy, but all the elements and the principles of democracy are lacking in practice.
Mm.
I don't understand how a country as big as Nigeria can, or we, literally be depending on other smaller countries for small things like food.
Mm.
Our children are even going to the smallest countries in Asia just to go to school.
Yeah.
Our so-called politicians and leaders are migrating to the remotest part of Europe just to cure malaria.
Mm.
That's very sad.
Very.
It doesn't speak well. It doesn't bode well for us.
Mm-mm.
So I'm just happy that I'm still alive,
Mm-hmm.
and as a Nigerian. But am I proud of Nigeria? I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
There's not much to be proud of.
Mm. I hear that. Whitney, do you have any views?
Well,
How you
going
feeling?
deep into my 65% Nigerian ethnicity.
She's 100%, guys. Don't matter.
According to my DNA,
You're not serious.
all that stuff. Yeah, going on what he said, like, yeah, it's mixed, conflicting feelings because yes, I'm proud of Nigeria. I'm proud of like what we have, like people are not what we've like achieved so far. Like people have acknowledged that we are some of the most educated, some of the most business minded, some of the most richest,
Creative
human beings, and like and one of the reasons why is, when you think about it, is because like we've had to be.
Yeah.
Like, but for quite a while, Nigeria didn't have that like much to offer, so we had to like find creative ways to achieve greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the reasons why we're like business minded, speaking to other people, is because we had to. It's not like education was an option for everybody, so they had to figure out they had to rely on their crafts, and luckily that was able to like help them. So yeah. It is conflicting, to be honest. Like, till today, I still will not live in Nigeria.
Why?
There's just still things that that need to change. Number one, their politics. Out there can like handle their politics, their corruption. I don't think they can deal with that. Just like And it's like Nigeria's a great place for me to like spend a month in, but if I spend longer than that, it'll give me a headache. That's how I always summarize it as that stuff. Yeah, like I'm proud to say I'm like 65% Nigerian.
You're not
that
serious.
stuff.
That's not true, but okay.
It's nice to say that 65% Nigerian.
65%. Okay, because of the air he's breathing here.
You're not serious. You're not serious.
He's assigning 35%.
Daddy, stop indulging. Okay, stop indulging with this. Whitney's.
Yeah, what's it called? I'm from other places as well. Okay. Like, what's it called? I'm gonna lie. During my last trip to Nigeria and stuff, something that I noticed, right?
What's that?
Was the growth of Chinese/Asian people in this country, and it got me thinking about how China helped Nigeria to get out of their debt. So now seeing all that is just like, I don't know. I think last week just got me thinking like, bro, I won't be surprised if like we start to see more Asian and Chinese people coming out and stuff. And my biggest fear is that one day a Chinese man will be the president of a Nigeria.
No.
Or it will be because they're making their way in, and because they paid our debt, in a way it's like, bro,
we're indebted to them.
Yeah, we own you and all that stuff. So it is worrying.
I didn't know that. Which debt did they pay?
They paid one huge debt. I need to go back, but I remember I was reading all that stuff. So he's got me worrying, and given the fact that the politicians are just so focused on their money, their greed, and taking down each other, not focusing on the bigger picture, which is that they may come and dominate or all that stuff. And I have nothing against China, 12% here.
You're not serious.
All that stuff. I have nothing against them. Like I appreciate what they've done with their country and all that stuff, and how they're quite evolved and advanced. And it would be great if they could inflict some of that into Nigeria. It would be great. But yeah, that is a worry for me. All that stuff. And then we've also got like the snowflakes highlighting how what's called Africa, like in a few years, like 5 or 10 years, is going to be like, people are saying it's going to be the Dubai. So that's also got me worried because like this is how, like I remember I was talking to someone, it's like this is what basically happened in South Africa. The white man came and dominated and made it their own. Like Nigeria needs to be careful. Yeah. Like we're so focused on each other and the issues that we're not looking at the bigger picture. Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that. That is, a lot to consider.
We're meant to be African giant, but currently we ain't no giant.
African giant is definitely with mouth, but hopefully action is soon going to match up with that. But one thing I wanted to touch on was like, okay, you're saying that the probability of you living in Nigeria full time it is low, whereas Daddy, you on the other hand, you people's goal has always been, okay, we'll work here, then a time will come when we'll retire and we'll move back to Nigeria. So why is it that, okay, despite all this room for improvement that you see when it comes to Nigeria, your end goal is still to go back to Nigeria and to, live your life maybe more predominantly there? Why is that?
In my tribe saying in Igbo saying, it says, Ebeliri Ashonwa Boebo Obiano. Literally translated means wherever you are born and your umbilical cord is buried, that's where your soul lies. So I don't know how true it is, but congenitally you are attached to that belief. You people that somebody doesn't don't have to push it down you or force it down your throat, but as you grow, as you get older, as you grow, you see yourself aligning towards that mythology. So be that as it may, it's hard for somebody to be to migrate and not want to come back, unless you didn't grow up in that environment. This is the environment you were born into, the environment you cherished before you left. I didn't leave Nigeria as a kid. I left Nigeria as an adult, so there's no way I cannot have cultural traditional, or even political attachment
Mm-hmm.
to to Nigeria. So, coming to your question, yes, it is almost impossible not to feel your root,
Mm.
and your culture. Are the main central things that really draw every Nigerian back.
Mm.
Except Americans.
Well,
Mm.
well, I don't know about Americans.
Mm-hmm.
I think inwardly they want to go, but they are not telling themselves the truth. To be frank, they think they are in God's own country.
Mm-hmm.
But to be frank, I've been there severally, and I wouldn't wish to live there.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank,
Why look at me? I don't plan on living there.
Okay.
It's because there are a lot of things that it's a beautiful big country, with all their political and economic clouds, but still there are so many things that I cannot stomach about them.
Mm-hmm.
So back to your question, yes, we grew up in Africa. We lived Africa before we came. We horned Africa. Africa horned us. So there's no way just living or staying away for a few years will make us not want to go back, no matter the odds. So when I say I have mixed feelings about Nigeria, yes, I have mixed feelings, but not to the extent of not wanting to go back.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's a magnet.
Yeah,
It's a magnet.
I definitely feel that.
So we're only praying that we get this, because our problem is not, we don't have much problem in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Centrally or majorly or primarily, our problem is leadership.
Mm.
If we get that sorted,
Mm-hmm.
every other thing will fall into space.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership. Because the type of leader you have dictates everything about what you will be.
Yeah.
If we get it right with leadership, we are home and dry.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take it's not rocket science to do.
Mm-mm.
We have all the attributes. We have every opportunity to really make that country great.
Yeah.
We are still thinking out of the tribalistic, religious, prison.
Mm.
If we can extinguish this tribalism, religion, nepotism out, if we can block it off our DNA,
Mm-hmm.
believe you me, no country will see the back of Nigeria.
So you feel like after 65 years, you feel like as much as we like to portray ourselves to outsiders as a united country, within the country, we're still a divided country.
Very much divided, more divided than we were before independence.
Mm-hmm. Do you think because of all this, like the number of tribes that we have? Because before independence, I don't think we had this many tribes.
We had what the tribes didn't just emanate.
Yeah, they always exist.
I know. But so before independence, did we have this many tribes? I thought it was. I feel like there's certain tribes that is only they haven't been around as long as one would have.
No, I feel like they've only come to light, but they've always been
Yeah,
there.
they have always been there. It's just that some tribes sort of dominate or tend to dominate some.
Yeah, like us.
Like Yoruba.
Like
so when they say, oh, you have the only ones you can mention are just few, like Igbos, Hausas, Yoruba, Efiks, and Jonkos and all that.
You know the Jonkos.
Well, when you go to the north, you know who the Jonkos are.
Yeah, don't be local.
So it doesn't mean that there are no other tribes. The thing is that they were sort of muzzled down before independence. So, but ethnicity, our linguistical polarity, our religious polarity, all these things could be forces for unity,
Mm-hmm.
but we turn them or we change them we change into something that is, that is meant for disunity
Mm-hmm.
because of what? Egocentrism, selfishness, this it must be me, idea of some certain people, So at some point we need to really ask ourselves, what exactly, what legacy are we really leaving behind?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that our pre-independent and independent politicians will be, rolling on their graves now, because they thought they were bad.
Yeah.
Comparing what's happened then and now, their sense.
Yeah.
Look at the way Nigeria was when it was, regionalized. Every region was developing at least at their own pace. There was very healthy competition. If you go to the east, you have Michael Okpa was doing wonders.
Who's Michael Okpa?
The Eastern governor.
Okay.
Yeah. If you come to the west, of the Westerners, they even had the first television in the whole of Africa. Yeah. Then if you go to the north, they were just every part of the country was developing, rapidly. But because of civil war, they had to balkanize the states, balkanize us into states. Very soon, in fact, almost every time we become a state in Nigeria. Which country grows like that? The money we're supposed to be using for development is being used to pay for civil service, civil servants everywhere. Imagine what will happen in Nigeria if every tribe, if every region, just sort of starts administering themselves. That would be a very streamlined, small civil service. There's nothing like all the Senate says, Senate didn't say, House of Reps say, House of Reps didn't say. It will just be regional assembly and their governor, and their commissioners. Finish. All this multiplicity of commissioner for this in this state, commissioner for that in the local government, chairman here, local government. People will stop seeing politics as a means of livelihood, as a means to make money. That's the point we're trying to make. Until we see politics as a service-oriented profession or career, we won't make any headway. Politics should be economically very unattractive for any society to evolve. I don't know whether you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So we need to start making serious structural adjustments.
Yes, we hear
if
that.
we really want to move.
You hear that? When did you have a question?
Yeah.
What's that?
Moving past politics in Nigeria, because that gives me a headache. Else called. What is the thing with like Igbo and business? Like, what led to that and all that stuff? Because Yoruba, they got their thing like entertainment, party, and all that stuff. Hausa, House culture has politics, and what's called Yoruba also has Yahoo. So how did Igbo just come to be just business orientated, business minded, no education, business? Respectfully.
That's a very difficult question, but also answerable. From my little understanding of the history of the Igbos, I think entrepreneurship was born out of necessity. necessity in the sense that our our forefathers were primarily farmers. You know, we didn't really see education very early. Education came with the missionaries, and when the missionaries came, they started from the coastal areas. Yeah, that's why the western parts like Yorubas, they saw the white people much earlier than us because of the coastal nature of their environment. The Port Harcourt people also saw, anywhere you see coast, because they were coming through. There was no airport, so they only came through the sea. So when they come to any coastal area, they settle. And from there, they start propagating their religion and whatever they want to do. So the Igbos were sort of landlocked people. All the coastal areas, you have to pass seas before you come to the hinterland of Igbo people. So the Igbo people realized that they cannot compete with the other tribes in terms of being exposed to the Western, exposed to Western culture, because they saw that first before us. So what they now started doing was evolving a system whereby they can use something to get money. And that's when this trade by barter started. I give you this, you give me 1 shilling. I use the 1 shilling to go and buy something. Bring it, like somebody can come and tell you, oh, you have plantain, okay, you give me plantain, I give you wrapper. He will take the wrapper, take it to the coastal market where that had been exposed to modern system of trading. They will sell it and get money, come back and start. So they saw it as, oh, this is a very enterprise, this is very good, and gradually they started. So this person, okay, if once people see that this person is progressing, they will give their own child to that person to train. So he will take that person to the same market, and this is the history of the boy. When they said that the Igbos installed this apprenticeship. So this person will take this person, this person will and they saw that the thing is helping every family. So it became a magnet. So they made it now their own religion. That if you are doing anything, if you are selling water, you have to have at least 20 boys, 20 apprentice people. They will learn how you do it. That person, after a few years, you settle that person. The person goes and start his own business, and they would carry somebody else. So that's it started growing from there. So it's not just it's an accident of culture, accident of event. They were pushed to the point of extinction that they don't even know what else to do apart from farming, or small craft and all that. So they have to find a way to monetize it. That's the history of that apprenticeship system you are seeing. And then it became even more pronounced after the Civil War. A lot of people were killed or massacred. There was nothing in Igbo land. So after the war, all the money the Igbos were very rich already, because they were residing in almost every part of the country and progressing very well. But after the war, most of their properties were seized. Almost all the people that had properties outside Igbo land, all their properties were seized. They call it abandoned properties. And all the money they had in the bank were seized. The only money the Igbo started life with was just £20. So after the war, the federal government said, even if you have 1 billion naira in the account before the war, as long as you're an Igbo person, the only thing you will get is £20.
But why the Igbos? Why the Igbos?
Because they felt they defeated us in the war. So whatever they do, they don't care. So you see all those scrapers you see in Onitsha today, all the houses, everything you see in Igbo land today is from the £20. No Igbo man had more than £20 after the war.
Wow.
Deep.
It's very deep. So with that type of very sad history, the Igbos had no other choice than to look inwards and find a way to start life again.
So the people were almost like, we have been trying to like catch up with people that have been placed ahead of us.
Exactly. And to worsen everything, immediately after the war, they know that the Igbos don't have money. They started this system of indigenization of almost all the federal, like all the federal assets, companies, because they know that the Igbos won't have money to buy shares. So the other tribes bought up every good company. Is it from the £20 you have that you are going to compete with somebody? No, you have to survive first, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why today the history you see every premier companies, productive companies in Nigeria. Other tribes are. They have all the shares, they are the directors, the this, the that.
Wow.
So how did you said that was for the Igbo had to now go from within. What do you mean by that? So the Igbos had to go.
The Igbos had to now to go within, sort of really pushed the apprenticeship system.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the only way they can help themselves. Because those of them that after the war, those of them that were the top civil servants before, they were all flushed out, replaced. The ones in the army, top army officers that survived the war, they were all demoted or even taken. Nobody was taking them into the army again. So they had to look inward, and they now realize that the only way for them is to start to rebuild from within. And through this system of apprenticeship, helping each other. If you start any business, you go and take your brother's son, take your sister's son, take your auntie's son. They will all be, help to build a business. After 5 years, you give him money. Okay, you go and start your own business. That person will also go home and take this person, take that person, and from there they started growing again. So the journey has been so rough for the Igbos.
Yeah.
Very, very rough.
Well, it's impressive that, they just they had to, but they just got back up and did it again.
Yeah. So it's when people anybody can say anything they like about the Igbos, but from where they started, they have done very well.
Yeah.
They have done very, very well.
Well, I do not know this deep history. I know about the Civil War, Biafra and everything, but I do not, know in detail like how much it affected us and economically,
now
infrastructure-wise,
understand
everything.
like why people don't like us.
Yeah.
Igbos.
Yeah. If you go to Port Harcourt here, before the war, 90% of Port Harcourt was owned by Igbos. All the buildings, everything. After the war, they drove all the Igbos out and confiscated the whole properties.
A lot of this being said, like, it's making me think, do we think that is maybe why us Igbo people were so rooted in, our community, so rooted in, our villages? Nobody goes back home, like exactly home, the way we do as a tribe.
Yeah.
And so do we think it's because of that maybe we're almost confined to our villages, our communities? So now, regardless,
to like each other.
Exactly.
Like, what's it called? When you like, I see a lot with Clinton, like when he like sees another, when he sees a new person, they just click, they just know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's that sense of a community that's been ingrained in us, and now I can see why, where it stems from.
Exactly.
Because if we don't look out for each other, nobody's looking out for us.
Nobody's looking out for you. I mean, one ugly thing that happened during the war was that those are known to be, developed everywhere they live. They don't care about building in the villages before.
Yeah.
So, if you go to Kano, Kaduna, all parts of Nigeria, the Igbos have buildings everywhere. Then, during the war, everybody was forced to go back to their region. Now, a lot of the rich men then realized that they didn't have any house in the village. So when they came back to their villages, it was maybe the house built by their dad or their elder brother, which to them is not their, was never their taste.
Yeah.
Because they are used to flamboyant life outside. Now coming back to be squatting in one small hut, it killed a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because of that sudden change of circumstance. So, but it's also ingrained now. It now made them realize that, that's why Igbos, they will tell you akurono. Akurono means the well that hasn't reached the base. That is where you come from. Is not wealth. So it means no matter what you are doing, think home first.
Yeah.
So after the war, the ones that survived, immediately they left. The first money they got to come and build in their village. That's why if you go to an Igbo village, you have more mansions that are uninhabited. Yeah? But they don't care. It's better it's there.
Yeah.
Because of the experience of what happened during the war.
That brings me to a good point. What is it with Nigerians and building mansions? It's like, it's only two of you. Why do you need 8 to 9 rooms? Like, what's wrong with a condo? Or purchasing a nice apartment?
Apartment is an Oyibo concept. It is not our concept. As an Igbo person, you are, when you are building, you are not only building for yourself. That is the concept. You are not only building you for yourself, you are thinking of your siblings, because it is not all of them that could be privileged to build.
Okay.
And you wouldn't want them to come home and not have a place to stay, or to give that as an excuse so that they're not coming home because they don't have a place to stay. So if you once you are an Igbo person, the first thing that you are building, the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, if I'm building, I also have 2 brothers, I have 1 sister. Assuming she's not married, once she stays, she's at home, she has to have a place. if I have this, just like that. Like when, I remember when we started building here in the village. The reason for Papa said was, we wanted to make it only 3 rooms up, 2 rooms down. Well, that's the what? How are you sure your siblings will have house? Assuming it's only you that have house, where would they sleep? That's the mentality.
Bunk beds.
That's the mentality. So the mansions are not a show of flamboyance. It is just I would say it's something that grew out of necessity. It's a cultural shock, something that happened. Something happened, prehistorically, for that to exist, for that mentality to be ingrained. Because nothing happens for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happens for nothing. So it looks odd when if you have 5 siblings and all of them eventually build. Then you begin to question, oh, why did you build all this cathedral? Well, at least the purpose has been served.
Yeah.
That's what matters. The purpose has been served.
Wait, so is it like, but say for example, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, say for example, you're building, and then is it that the oldest has to build the house first and then make it big for everybody for all siblings? Because imagine like the second oldest or the third is the first one to build a home. Do they have to build it for a house for the whole siblings? Isn't there like the assumption that the older one will get land as well?
You see, in Igbo culture, it doesn't really matter who builds first. What matters is that you are siblings. Do you know that in certain cases, if this let's assuming that you have 5 brothers, and maybe the last one happened to be the one that has money, or has money first, and he wants to build, he will build inside the compound for everybody to live in. Yeah, and after a while, he can now say, oh, okay, I want to build my own house. He will leave that family house for everybody to stay and go and build another one.
So it has to be recognized as a family house.
Yeah, because that house is the family house. I don't know what you understand.
But our house in the village is not recognized as family house, have you?
No, because what I did was.
Please you to stop.
No, I'm making sure.
Because the thing is that first of all, you must make sure that everybody is housed. I take for myself, for example, before I started building, what I did was to make sure I expanded my dad's house, attached other rooms, sideways and all that, modernize it, so nobody will say I don't have a place to stay.
No.
Or this one is water is not there, electric is not there. They had everything there. So now when you are building your own, nobody will talk.
Yeah. Where will you build?
The village has mine.
So you will no, it's yours. You've claimed it. Well done.
It's not inheritance. It's just tradition.
You've claimed it. Okay.
I didn't claim it. It's just
the oldest son has to get it.
It's not me that decided that. It's
but
tradition.
What's it called? Anything can happen. Dad could pay in his will that I get it. You don't know.
Okay. But yes, your question.
But so the way you're saying when you build, are you planning bulldozing it down and rebuilding or something?
No, I think we have a good structure. Like our house.
You can modernize it the way you like.
I think the structure itself is I don't find it to be terrible. Like it would be different if it says like, oh, it's very dated or something like that. But I think the building we have in the village is timeless. If anything, maybe interior wise, maybe with time that may change, because we have definitely changed that since we've first moved in. But exterior wise, for now, our village house to me looks fine.
The family house.
Yes, our family house. Yes, our
family house.
Speaking of that, how do we feel about Igbo people doing traditional weddings outside of the village? What's our thoughts on that?
No, because what is about say for example, I have a village in Dubai, So I want to,
Oh, Jesus.
so I want to go to my village in the van.
You're not serious. Please, we're not your tenderlies. And even at that, different strokes for different folks. So how do we feel about the question I just asked?
Well, that's an aberration. But it was. I don't think it's something that's going to continue, because then it was because of the insecurities.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is now going down. Because I mean, it's not heard of that you want to do traditional wedding and you are doing it in the city.
They're not seeing it's okay.
It's not. It's not at all. It's not in our portion at all. But I can understand why people were doing it then.
Yeah.
When you don't feel secure in your place. I mean, and you don't want to bring people to harm. So, and your child will not wait until insecurity goes before he or she gets married. So you'll be forced to do it in the city. But it's not. I don't think it's something that's. It's not something that is endemic. Yeah.
I don't know. There's one thing about this whole insecurity conversation, especially when it comes to us Igbo people. Like, as much as there has been such conversations, that has never necessarily stopped you and mommy from making sure that we go back home and we go back to the East specifically. And I think just in general, nothing really stops you people from taking us home. What do you think is the thought process behind that consistency when it comes to making sure us as a family we go back home to Nigeria, we go back especially to the East, to the village? Where do you think that all stems from?
It boils down to the same thing we were talking about. I spoke about before, about knowing your roots, where you are coming from, and you want to bequeath the same, cultural instinct on your children. It wasn't an afterthought at all that this is the way we want it to be. It's good to give children, in as much as we know that it's a different generation. There are things that have changed, but at least give a child both sides of the coin to choose from. And give them the best give them the best of the both, So, like, I mean, you guys were born in Britain. I was not privileged to be born in Britain. You guys were privileged to be born in Britain. But I'll be doing myself a disservice if I don't also tell you, if I don't show you practically my side of life. And luckily, your mom also experienced that, even though she was born here. But I believe she had her best fun in Nigeria, before she came back. So it was incumbent upon us to show you guys, what we experienced. And for you guys to know that Africa is not all about doom. But there are certain good things that you can derive from Africa too. So for you guys, you are privileged because you have two wars to choose from. You don't have to choose any. But you can make use of both. You can make use of both. You extract what is good from here. You extract what is good from the other place. So that was the mentality. That was the thought that was that was in us then. So, and I'm sure the mom must be proud of it. It was a very good. It was a well thought out one. It was good, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, it's still good. We still keep going. And next year we're gearing up.
Yes, at least we start paying.
No.
I was actually about to say it. I was about to say it.
Out of your heads. You need to get it out
I was
of
actually
your
about
heads.
to say it.
Have you told him?
I was about to
This
say,
is my
he only-
birthright.
he only-
It's my birthright to
He's
spend your
only
money.
got 3 left.
You're not serious.
I only got
You're not
3
serious.
left.
Please, this
So,
is my birthright.
Make sure your ticket money.
Daddy, you're not serious at all.
I can manage to help you domestic. Well, when we get there.
Like, if you can do a wear for you.
But their
You're not
tickets
serious.
you must buy.
And he may, like, give you something for food.
Please, Daddy. Don't, I know all of this is jokes, so I don't need to worry myself.
Well, what's it called?
In fact, it should be paying for all of us.
Okay, maybe small.
What do you think?
I know, you're the oldest son.
Okay, everybody,
Yeah.
just rest.
It should be
Just
paying
rest.
for everybody.
It's
So-
your birthright.
You're not serious. My birthright is spend the money. Okay. But
But what's good? You guys usually get your tickets around what time?
beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year.
Mhm.
Clinton, you have at least try to get it by June.
You're
for
not
you-
serious.
For yourself.
No, I trust we're all going to be there live next year.
If
so
Clinton has the money, he'll make it.
no. There's no debate
If
about it.
not,
I'm going
we'll
to be there.
FaceTime.
You're not serious. There's no debate
We
about
will
it. I'm going to be there.
FaceTime
We'll
you.
FaceTime
People
you.
are not serious.
Well,
They're
you
not
know what it's like? You know the countdown? Like, we'll do it
Mm.
together. 1,
You're not
2,
serious at all.
3.
You're not serious at all. But anywho, back to our conversation. Winnie, do you have anything?
I have a
to-
question for you.
For who, me?
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
What's called? Given that this is Independence Day in
Mhm.
Nigeria, what has Nigerian taught you?
What has Nigeria taught me? I am Nigeria. That's what Nigeria has taught me. Like, I don't know. There's no debating about it. You know, Nigeria is where I'm from, and it's something I'm very in touch with in everything that I do. I'm very in touch with it. And as much as, yes, you know, we've highlighted that there's room to improve when it comes to Nigeria, there's also there's greatness that comes out of the country. And, you know, all I want to see is that greatness to grow. You understand? Because I think where our frustration stems from is that it's so evident the potential that Nigeria has, and that's something I believe we have spoken about. Like, the potential that Nigeria has is very, very evident. In us as individuals and the things we accomplish within the country, outside the country. So to see that not reflect in our structure and our, system is really where the frustration lies. But as we see the potential in ourselves, it's a reminder that, okay, as much as we're not there yet, but we're going to get there. And I feel like we all need to do our part to us getting there. Because there's one thing I do not respect is people that they just hang on to negativity. Like, it's a waste of time. There's no point yes, Nigeria has things to improve on. But if that's all you're going to remain fixated on, and that's all you have to say when it comes to Nigeria, you're actually only doing yourself, because nothing's changed to the fact that you're from Nigeria. So if you see a place, especially someone that you're from, has an issue, do what you can to improve that space. So I am not going to harp on about things that are negative when, I can see areas where I can improve it in my little way. Do you understand? So I think that is where, I would encourage Nigerians to think from. Like, yes, we have things to improve on, and let all of us do our part to see Nigeria be the Nigeria that we want it to be. So yeah, that's really how I feel on this Independence Day.
Didn't really answer the question, but okay.
What was your question?
What has Nigeria taught you?
This is what Nigeria has taught me. Nigeria has taught me that,
to be proud of.
yes, to be proud of Nigeria. Nobody can tell me otherwise. That's really what Nigeria has taught me. Like, yeah.
Mm.
What about you? What has Nigeria taught you?
What the 65% of Nigeria has taught me?
I'm not serious.
They taught me like a lot of skills. How to wash, how to catch a scammer.
Just well done.
What's it called? What's it called? Easy it is to get your shoe fixed. What's it called? Boarding school isn't that bad.
No, it's not.
You can survive without light. What's it called? You can find creative ways when you have no light, no Wi-Fi, and no air condition. Also, it's taught me that I really want to learn how to drive in Nigeria. Yeah, that's what it's taught me.
I think Nigeria's taught you resilience.
Yeah,
Altogether, that's what
resilience.
you're saying. Nigeria's taught you resilience.
Survivor strategy.
Oh my
Survival
gosh!
instinct.
Like, what's it called? I remember like when Tyra's cousin was going. She was off to university, or she just started university, and she was like, "Man, what's it called? Like, I don't have money for food and all that stuff, and I was just giving her great tips. I'm like, get yourself hot water.
You're not serious.
Get yourself a packet of noodles. Just dip the water. Just put the water in there. Let the noodles soak in the water. You will survive off that, and then have a good nap. Like patients knew what they would do when they had the siestas. They knew. They're like, doesn't matter if you're hungry, go to sleep. When you wake up, you may still feel hunger, but your stomach will manage the hunger because the time that it has happened. During the time it has managed it during your sleep. It was very smart practical lessons.
So patients that starved you guys?
No, they didn't. It's just that there's certain days you may not like the meal, so you may skip it. Me, I didn't. But yeah, I know.
Let's be honest. There was time when they were giving us small amounts of noodles because they did not cook enough.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yes.
So. But I was never starving.
There was a time when I remember when we moved to the down cafeteria. They ran out of chicken.
Lol.
I said, luckily,
but days like that, people had to wait because they didn't play around with those games. Yes. People would wait. But us, we're not big protein people. Exactly. Yes. We're not, so it didn't really bother us. People would wait until they make their chicken.
Like, I remember, I was like, what's good? I had I was one of the last people to have chicken, and then people waiting. My friend was like, Whitney, you're not going to eat that, can I have it? I was like, sure. I'm telling
you, sure.
I will not fight for chicken.
Like, no, I feel like this house, we're not big on protein. Whereas there are people that, if they don't have protein, even the poor man, if they don't have protein, they're not eating the food. Bruh. I'm just like, you don't have your priorities straight, you're not hungry.
That's how, like, one time, when we went out to get food and all that stuff, when we kept saying, protein. I said, no, I don't want protein.
I'm telling you, there's something I don't crave protein. Like, I don't crave to eat chicken, I don't crave to eat fish. I can just eat the fruits on my own, on its own. So I don't know. I just feel, but I know that a majority of Nigerians.
Oh my gosh! And I think I was in my best shape in in pace setters. Those times when we had to carry the water.
You're not serious.
From the field to the hostel.
All of these were learning curves.
Those were moments.
No, hostels was definitely a good balance. Like as much as people like to say, oh yeah, we're bougie, we're tush, and other ones.
Yeah,
but like there's a lot of life lessons that comes out of it because I feel like the thing with our school is that yes, we go outside and we'll package ourselves very well. Nobody can tell us anything.
It's also the fact that the owner was using our money for his political career. That's what I remember. I was mentioning someone's like, that's how you know your school is bougie.
Lol.
That the guy can even afford to be in politics.
In politics, lol. No. But we're definitely, taken care of and other ones. But we were not. I don't think we're hidden from the realities of things can occur. Do you understand? There are times maybe
But I see all those things as the learning skill.
Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't feel like I was living in hell. It was just life.
I didn't feel like I was living in hell. Even when I was sick, I didn't want to go home. I was like, no, let me stay in this. Let me. What's it called? Let's all get sick together.
Lol.
We must all stick together. I get sick. I'm not going home. What's it called? Literally, what's it called? It's like 2 weeks, and then I couldn't. It was 2 weeks before someone actually realized I was sick. Like, I remember they were trying to get me to the nurse. I was like, no, I will stay in this bed.
No, I feel like secondary school definitely got to a point where you became comfortable, and you just started to enjoy it.
Oh, and something they also taught me was how to hide contraband.
Lol.
Like, I am a pro.
That's what I'm
at contraband.
I don't think you should be revealing your skills like that. But anywho.
I'm saying I'm a pro. During those those days when parents came, dude, it was me that was figuring out the way that we were going to do it. There was one brilliant idea that I had. I was like, let's hang the bucket from the window. So then, because when like all the parents were gone, they make us wait outside the hostel and eat our food because we can't take it in. See the way I was just like, one girl was inside. We would like, all like crowding around in a circle. We're putting the food. The girl was at the window, pulling it, doing it stuff. It was like, and we had shawarma, so we had to remove the AC cover, put the shawarma in there. We were on turn spraying that place because we're like, mate, they cannot smell it. They cannot smell it. They cannot smell it.
Where do you guys get the shawarma from?
From the parent. I was like, even to my friend, my friend with the double chest. I was like, you better wear your biggest bra. Because the chewing gum was going. It was in a package, so it was fine.
So you just pump.
Yes. I was like, they will not. They will not expect anything. But people, the tiny ones, they will suspect. So I was like, we need to be pros at this. And then my platform shoes. Oh, I feel bad for mom because my shoes were like ruined, and she was trying to figure out why. Like, you know, the inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got we stole the knife from what's it called, the kitchen. We like literally ripped it off, and we're like
Put the
putting
things
to
inside.
put the contraband in there.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Well, I don't know about other people's secondary school, but our secondary school, like, you have to learn to be smart, quick.
Yes.
If not, you will not thrive. It's just as simple as that, and you'll not be as comfortable as you want to be. But
And you have to
all
be
of
a
these
good
are
runner.
our life lessons. They've made us who we are today.
I have to be a good runner, and you need to like what's it called, have like good instinct. When Matron's throwing that hanger, you need to be able to be quick to move away from that thing, all that stuff.
No, serious. No, secondary school is definitely a time. I mean, we need to have an episode dedicated solely to that. We're waiting for our guests to confirm. But anyway, but yes, back to Nigeria. As yes, Independence Day. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Really?
Nigeria should be better.
What do you want to see? What do you hope for the next Independence?
I think that's the question to ask. What's our hopes for the next Independence Day? I think the system, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Nigeria needs to grow to a place where we have a good, stable system at least. Do you understand? Then off of that, we can now be growing all these details. Because sometimes I say a lot, Nigeria, we're fixated on the wrong things. I don't understand how, you know. Some breaking news that breaks out is like, we have bigger issues. Why is this what we're fixating on? Do you understand? So I feel like definitely we need to be concentrating on getting our system in a good states. Then based off of that, we can now be growing on in other aspects. But yeah, that's my POV. But within a year, I don't know how far we can go. But especially with the government still being this time Shari's only 1 year has been with this guy.
Is it?
It's only 1 year. Is it not? How long has he been in?
2027 is the next election.
Bam.
He's already put it up. No, but he's already put up his posters, and the other
This I'm talking about.
And the other what's it called parties can't do that. So he has an unfair advantage.
But see how this has been like the longest 1 year and a half, maybe. I don't know how, but yeah. So we still have like 2 more years of. But miracles can happen.
The point is that it's not about who is in power.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody that is in power that cannot change.
Yeah.
If he has the political will, the moral,
sanity,
and the patriotic zeal to really bring about the transformation Nigeria needs. Any idiot who is in power in Nigeria knows what to do to fix that country.
Yeah.
It's just that they lack these ingredients I just mentioned. I mean, I don't care where a leader comes from or who the leader is, but just to the right thing.
Yeah.
So, we are talking about Tinubu or no Tinubu. He might not be a saint, but there are people worse than him. He can transform Nigeria even within this space, small time. His first tenure.
I don't think that's the argument. The point is whether he wants to.
That is exactly what I'm saying. So my wish
is to pray that he wants to.
My wish for what should constitute a better next Independence Day would be for what will really make my day would be for the leadership to do a very quick somersault. Start realizing that Nigeria is bigger than any individual. Start realizing that the legacy you leave is what people or what you'll be remembered for. Start realizing that there is no other country we have except Nigeria. I'm sure if this sudden realization really gets into their medulla, Nigeria will be great. Because We will be moving away from selfishness. We'll be moving away from political thuggery. We'll be moving away from regionalism, tribalism, religious bigotry. All these things are complete dissipation of energy, unnecessary energy, negative energy.
Yes, you don't do that.
So we are praying that the government realizes that they are there to transform this country.
Yes. Very well said, Daddy. What about you, Whitney? What's your wish for the next Independence Day?
I would like us to just go one whole year without a strike.
Okay.
Without a strike, no strike. Don't want the airports closing. I don't want hospitals closing. Don't want them getting into our electrical system, grid, and stopping the electricity, which is a very dangerous thing, and does not help when you guys do these strikes. Yeah, I was like a year with no strike.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking for. Just 1 year.
Okay.
That's a very simple one.
Yeah.
Very achievable, but it still boils down to if the leaders want to do it. It's a question of the will. It's not as if they don't have the will, the power. They have every power. What remains is the will, the zeal to do the right thing.
Well, this has been a very eye-opening conversation. Very, very informative one. And with all of that being said, Puff and Tea Podcast, we're here to wish you all a happy Independence Day. To our Nigerians, to our supporters, we say thank you. Make sure you subscribe to those of us that are watching on YouTube. You like, you comment, you share. Those that are here listening to us through Spotify, make sure you rate this episode and you drop a comment and you also follow. Thank you guys. And with that, we're out. Bye.
Bye.